I need that whole thing, boy. I need that whole thing, boy. All right, guys. So what's up, guys? It's HK Media. Hi, Mix Ben. Welcome to the Kingdom. You gotta make something strong. This dude about to make that strong coffee, yeah. Bro. All right, what are we doing? Okay, that's fine. Oh, we are live. Okay, we are. But I'm not charging. My phone's not charging. I'm not gonna be over here long. Let's put that up there. You down there? Girl, you can stick. You can stick in there and catch power. There we go. We got power everywhere. Look, check this out. Look what I'm sitting on, boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen. Jaime's been sitting on the fucking donut. He got his ass blown out last night, you know? Things like that. Pause. I did not support the message. So look, real quick, what we're doing here is we're going to finish Kid Occult Face, and then we'll probably play some Arc Raiders with no camera because we can't figure out how to put the camera onto the PC. I mean the Xbox. But anyways, so this is my original Kid Occult right here. You see him in the back. You know what's crazy, Henry? Kid Occult has a bang, just like the motherfucker. Like let me turn this off. I'm turning off the KTV. Just like the dude in your dumb sword and wand show, but this bang is appropriate. It's a little piece that hangs off the front of his head. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm unreasonable when it comes to shit like that. It's just like, bruh. Oh, where'd my pen go? No, I lost my pen tip. And if we don't have the pen tip for this, then we can't draw. You see that? Yeah, I see that? But I might have another one inside. You know what? I lost my pen tip. Yeah, I lost my pen tip. If we don't got a pen tip in there, then we might have one in here. See that? I keep my boxes for some of my shit. Only if the box looks nice, man. Oh, and look at this. We got at least 6 more pen tips in here. Look at that. Look at that. You know what I like, bro? I like when you like do stuff properly. So, cause and like I didn't lose this. I didn't lose this. I didn't lose the piece. If you guys are wondering who I'm communicating with, all 2 of you, I'm communicating with this guy named Henry. If you guys want to know a little bit about Henry, you can check him out on Twitch, Henry Cortez. Other than that, he's not a streamer or anything like that. So fuck off. Let that boy live. He got a family to protect. I put the pin tip back inside. Now, how does this work? Okay, we're back inside. So now we should be, the pin should be on, and we should be able to draw with the board, which is makes it 10 times more easier. Now, the problem with this shit, not this shit, but the problem, hold on, let me change this to original, because that KTT shit is pissing me off. I don't like that echo. Is that better? Let's get a round of applause. Soundboard. All right. Now, at one point, I knew so much about Photoshop. I knew about layers, masking, and it's kind of still inside the headpiece, but I am going to have to do a refresher course, but not for this because in its most basic form, Photoshop is clip art from school. You know what I'm talking about? Remember you was in school and you was on that little, you was drawing and stuff like, whoa, cool, smiley faces, rainbows. That's basically what I'm doing. So, and all this other stuff will kind of come back to me. Like I know this is like a dropper or some shit. Yeah, like an eyedropper. What is this? Okay, we're not gonna go over all the pieces. We're just gonna finish drawing Kid Occult based on this one. So let's get his hair. You know what's cool? Some tools I do remember how to use. Like if I were to take this tool, I'll click that, and then I go to my paint. Now that color is right here. Same color. So we're just gonna color the top of the hair. You know, one thing I also learned too, just by one thing I learned is that when you draw and paint, you start to have an eye that observes like the true color or the true nature of things. Because like back in the days, if I were to draw this guy and hair, it'd all be one color. But in truth, in reality, I've seen a couple of like I've noticed that like when the side of someone's hair, if they got a haircut, is a different color than the top of their hair. So if this is black, then the side's going to be a lighter black. You know what I'm talking about? And to get that lighter black, all I do is go here. And do something like this. Do something like that. I maybe say even a little bit of orange for the brownness. So like something like that. Because you're showing that brown hair. You're showing the brown skin beneath. Hold on, no. That's not what I'm looking for. Let me flip this. That's not what I'm looking for. Where's this fucking color that where's this? Let me use this color. Let me use this. All right, there we go. You just made a cup of coffee already? See, this is more like it. That's two. It should be more of that color. So we're gonna move over towards the gray a little bit more, or black, what you want to call it, but it still has a hint of brown in it too, which kind of shows the color under the scalp. I'm actually gonna add a new layer. Yo, say it ain't so. So now when I draw on this layer, especially if I put it below. Yeah, dog, get to that store. By the time you get back, I'll be ready. No, I'm not. I'm just doing this. I'm going to save it as the PNG. Yes, it is. I didn't have to make that new layer. But the only reason I wanted to do that, I didn't. You see how like okay, I can't touch. Not really. I got a sweater on though. I can't touch. Okay, so if I got this. Damn, you got outside fast, huh? Motherfuckers talking about tits already, boys. All right. I gotta remember how to mask. And you see like the whites of his eyes. Like no one eyes are that white. So we're gonna put We're gonna cloud it up a little bit. We're gonna, make it a little. Oh shit, that's paint. I'm erasing nothing. Let's put a little bit of color behind that whiteness. Just a little bit. You can't really tell the difference. Okay, I didn't think I was doing nothing. So we got to go to this layer. No, this layer. Like trying to learn this and also trying to learn Unreal Engine while also playing video games, while also working, and also still being a fucking dad. It's so fucking possible. But Mendem needs to learn how to prioritize that time properly. And he got it. Or yeah, we watching the news episode first. Demon Realm first. This is a problem with taking a V. You get all inspired to do all this shit, and then like when it's over, you're like, oh man, I want to do that shit, but I'm tired. I don't feel like it. I got other stuff to do. That sucks, dude. That sucks. Let's go to the second layer. Okay. What if I put the second layer? Okay. I need that overtime too. From now on, I'm not even worried about working 10, 11 hours no more. I want the money. I'm doing it. Okay. Something's wrong. I did something wrong with these fucking eyes. Let's fix that. Yeah, that fucking dumbass rule. What if somebody sold Dutchess out your neighborhood? Would you go to them? What if somebody sold Dutchess out your neighborhood? Would you go to them? What if somebody sold Dutchess out your neighborhood? Would you go to them and buy Dutchess instead of going to the store? What? You can't hear me that well? I mean, you can't hear me that well. What if someone sold Dutchess in your neighborhood? Would you go to them instead of going to the store? I know, right? Yeah. Easy answer. Easy answer. Undo that, undo that, undo that, undo that. What? Oh, that's crazy. His punch is on a different scale. Because even when they do that, it's 17 right now. It's like 5 cent they save. Shit, sick money business. That's all I can say. Sick money business. So I'm working on layer 2. So what's layer 2? Oh, this is that layer I just put up. I put it below layer 1, and layer 1 is okay. That's cool. I drop, hit that hole right here, and get that hair the same color. Boom. Mm-hmm. 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 Looks even better than the original, to be honest with you. Looks kind of better than the original. All right, we got to get that neck, the same color as that face. So I take the eye drop, put it on the face, go back to the brush, and we pick that neck. Drink that Niac. I know, bro. I know. I had some soda in my house, but I bought one anyway. I said it's that time, brother. Oh, well, I bought a coffee and soda before. I just put the soda in the fridge, finished the coffee. No, that's because I didn't want to go back out later. Big up. I put the big up in the fridge because it's Coke. You know, Coke lasts real. You know, well. Yeah, you can't beat it, dog. And we're gonna go royal blue or like a navy blue for the jacket. Kind of pale. There we go. Okay, so anything above this isn't gonna fall out the line. So what the fuck? How do I? Hmm. Hmm. So I might as well fucking do it on layer two. Kid a coat story for anyone who checks this out, and these two people that's here, random weirdos. Kid a coat is a kid who can do magic. Comes from a time of magic. It'd be probably a different color blue. No, it'd be the same color blue on the inside. Or maybe a little darker because of the shadow coming off of here. So this part would be like dark for the shadow that's coming off right here. That should be like this dark, right? And when you're doing like Photoshop and shit, you're supposed to do like your main color fucking laydowns, and then you're supposed to come through again with your fucking shadows on top. I believe. I believe that's how it's supposed to go down. Let's go ahead and I drop that, and then we'll do this and kind of blend in. In a way, like AI is going to kind of like, if anything, AI kind of breaks the simulation, because if we're building things to do our work and think for us, then what do we do in this world? You know, like I do art. It's doing all the art. I mean, I still can do art. I still can do art all day. But how am I gonna get paid to do art? Or like, it's just interesting how that's gonna work. Like some of this shit, like they might even stop teaching in school. In like fucking 50, 60 years. They might not even teach art in school and learn that shit on your own. They might just teach like AI management. I'm talking about like in elementary school, dog. All right, there's the shadows a little bit. Move, bitch. Get out the way. My friend Henry is telling some female to move. Anime and video games to watch. We can do that like that. Actually looks nice. Get rid of some of that line and like make it come out. Okay, why isn't it touching that then? Straighten that up. Oh shit. That's not layer one. That's this layer. That's not that layer neither. That's this layer. All right. I think that's it. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and mark that off, but we can see what comes down from there. And shadows, maybe a little bit of shadows. A little bit of shadows under his neck. Let's go here. His neck is brown. Let's eye drop his neck. Boom. It's brown. The shadow's going to be a little bit darker. And we can just do that under the neck area a little bit. If there was the neck right here, the shadows would kind of play right here. Kind of play shadows like this. You can also do this with color dodging too. There's going to be a shadow right there. It's just from his neck. Kind of fucked it up. Okay. Shadow right there. And his nose will cast a shadow. Where? Okay. Should there be a shadow right here for where his cheekbone would be? Quick on with the Mother's Day, brother. Damn, Mother's Day quick as a bitch. I wasn't ready for Mother's Day. I gotta get her something now. I gotta get her something. Oh, nice, nice. That All Star Special. Oh shit. Nah, today, this morning. I'm digging in your booty hole, twin. I'm digging in your booty hole. Like that's what fucking Peanut was saying to like the motherfuckers he was downing. And I'm like, what? What is this now? What type of phrase is I'm digging in your booty hole, twin? I'm digging in your booty hole, twin. No, no, no. He was just saying that. You know what? And I think he was just saying it when he was using that dumbass device to find like underground loot. Cause you know he had to dig. You got to dig once you find the loot. I'm digging in your booty hole, twin. I'm digging in your booty hole, twin. So funny though. It's good gaming content. Good gaming content. Just trying to color the earring. There we go. Take a shit on the floor. The fuck is red at? Oh, red's down here. Perfect. Bro, I'm doing shit that I don't really understand how I'm doing it, but I know that I'm doing it. And that's just fucking from memories that I had back in the days of doing this shit, bro. Nah, I don't like that. Let's get this boy's hairs done and call it a day. You know what? We'll just clean it up with the eraser brush. Increase that brush size. Cover this up easy. And there we go. Clear the coat. And I did this, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I did this because when I stream, we can go to the stream here. I can take. Hold on. First, I believe. Hold on. Let's merge all the layers with each other first. Um, can I erase this? Let me erase this guy. Hmm. Blow that hoe up. Make this super big. What? They did. They did last time. Yeah, that's clean as fuck, bro. Hold on, dog. Let me see how to save this as an image, real quick. How to save? Is it good? That's weird. I think I gotta just save it as a PNG, a PGN. Okay. I think it's a PGN, not a JPEG. Delete the selected background to remove it. Okay. Cuz. I actually know how to do this. I just forget how to export it. I hate that I gotta go back.
Today we're going to talk about how to export transparent backgrounds from photos.
Me got 666. Might be time to scroll up.
And on this channel, we love to talk about photography, photo version of your image, the exact same steps. Background is this little plant here, but the problem is I can't export this image with a transparent background before I cut out the photo. So what I need to do first is make a selection around this plant to cut it out and remove the background. Now there are a ton of different ways that you can remove backgrounds in Photoshop, and I share some of the easiest ways to do it in a previous tutorial that I shared down in the description below. However, for this example, I'll be using one of the most simple methods for removing backgrounds, and that is with the remove background button. So with the image layer selected and unlocked, we're going to go up to our properties panel, and if you don't see the properties panel, you can find it by going to and then a remove background button. So with that layer selected, we'll hit the remove background button.
Let's see if it's that easy. First I gotta merge the fucking layers. Layers. Rename, merge layers. Merge visible layers. Okay, now it's just one layer. Now I click this, my layer, then I go to my properties. Windows, properties. Oops. Properties. And then I go to here.
Photoshop will work its magic and remove the background around our plant or whatever subject you have in your photo. Now that we
I'm not seeing those options. Properties. I'm slower. Quick action, remove background. He's talking to me. I'm a slower. All right, we did that. Now we got to save a PGN, right?
It's only that plant is visible on this layer.
Right.
However, when you go to export it as a JPEG file, here's the problem that you will have. In this other project, I've exported a JPEG version of this exact image already. And this is what happened. If I turn this on, notice how our And then from your save as menu, you can set whatever file name you would like right here. Of course, you can also choose the location on your computer, but then the most important step here is going to the format option and changing this to PNG.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Shut up. Don't shut up. Let me go ahead and give your video a like because you helped me out. Close that. File. Save as PNG. Save. Large. All right. And then I can close this out. Watch this. Close that out. And then we come here to OBS. We go to image. We go to browse. We go to pictures. We go to Kid Occult, who should be down here somewhere. Right here by himself. And we go to open. And it's just an image. As you can see, it's a little messed up a little bit. But for the most part, we got what we wanted. And now we can adjust and move this how we want it. Let's make it small. And let's put Kid Occult down here as a little icon. Or should we put him like right here? Can I reverse him? Let me see something. Flip horizontal, vertical. Vertical is up and down, horizontal is left to right. Flip horizontal. And we can go right here. Actually, how small do we want this little guy? That's like a logo. Actually, let's blow him back up. Let's flip him back. Transform. I'm not sure, dog. I should be live in effect. Should be live in effect. Yeah, I'm live. Oh, thanks. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Chada ching, chada choom. You go choom, I'm a choom. Do 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 do. All right. Boom, boom. But I want to see what this looks like. Transform. Let me turn this whole around. Let's flip that horizontal again. That way he can be down here, kind of like chilling out. Down here, kind of like chilling out like this. Yeah, let's fuck it. That's decent. And eventually we'll get another border for my frame right here. But other than that, boys and girls, I just wanted to test it out. See what was going on. And it worked. Audio's good. Put that auto tune on. Sing for the ladies real quick. Ladies, take your panties off for me, please. Ladies, take your bras off. Little auto tune. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, boys and girls. We can play some Arc Raiders later on. Can't stream that to YouTube and